Without that dashing girl, me, my shut on boy, shoot, but a RapMatic all day and day. I'm serious day.
What were we doing in you said talking about pre-URL? Shit. I mean, if you look at the era, 2008, 2007, because we can't even get to 2009, towards the end of the year, which would be around, first event we threw was October 31st, 2009. But before that, I was doing like pretty much managing. I was hustling out there, getting a name out there, working with various artists like Liaison, Math Hoffa, things of that nature. And I was just out there, out and about, just finding, because at that point, the game was transitioning. Like, if you recall, the DVD era was big in 2000 to like 2007. Then when all them bootlegs started happening, shit kind of changed to the nerdy side of rap, which was like the Mickey Faxes and those guys, like the internet rappers. So like when Smack was doing his thing with the DVD, when he was interviewing artists and having a major impact in hip hop, that was the wave. It was really artists. You had like Eminem on the cover, all those type of things. They weren't necessarily really into battle rap, like, which if you follow the first few DVDs, there wasn't no battles on there. And basically, like, I was out there networking, and you know, when you got artists and you trying to come up, you want to get on the DVD. It was more of an artist type of thing. I was trying to get my artist music out. You know what I'm saying? This shit had nothing to do with battle rap. And Smack was kind of transitioning. That's when he came up with, if you remember, Smack Tube, and y'all probably don't remember that shit, because this shit was whack as shit, to be honest with you. But he was transitioning. World Star took over, Two Dope Boys, On Smash. The wave was transitioning from the DVD era to the internet era. And if you notice, that's where all the rappers started going. There was no more mixtapes or even mixtape DJs or even like the Come Up. All those guys were kind of phasing out at the time. And Smack was phasing out at the time. So when we met at a video shoot at Mano's video shoot. Shout out to Mano. My man Zaire shot at the My Life is a Movie joint. I met Smack there. That was like 2008. You know, Smack was still trying to figure out what he was doing. I think he had dropped maybe one DVD after that. We exchanged numbers, and, you know, he was feeling the vibe. I was making my noise. I respected him from what he accomplished prior, you know, in with the music shit. And we built a good relationship. And in transitioning, you know, he needed the dog. You feel me? He needed to transition to the next wave. And that's something I was really good at, and I understood where hip hop was going. So let me backtrack a little bit. Not backtrack, but the Lions that started doing the DVD shit. They were doing what Smack started doing once in a blue on the DVDs, like the end of the DVDs, shit like that. And they made it into something different. Sub-Zero was pushing the shit heavy. Then Grind Tech came out on World Star. They seen that, and they approached me because I was managing Math at the time. And we were supposed to do that battle on Grind Time, Math vs. Rex. And, you know, shout out to PH, rest in peace. PH brought it to Grind Time. Originally, we were supposed to do it on Lions Den. Lions Den had the money. Grind Time jumped in, offered us a set amount of money. We locked in. They didn't have the money. Come like September 11th, when it was Math's son's birthday. And I was kind of stuck in the situation. And originally, if you recall, that Math Rex battle was the one that everybody wanted at the time. Started off when Math was battling Dose. In the Math vs. Rex battle, Math vs. Dose battle in the first round, he says, I was supposed to battle Rex, but he's scared. From that dynamic on that DVD, that battle was getting traction. But Smack never had the ends to make it happen, and we looked for the best situation. Low Deluxe came, didn't make it happen. Grind Time came, kind of bluffed, didn't have the money. So about mid-September, Smack and Bees came to me and wanted to put it on a DVD, which was Smack DVD. But that never happened because the DVD era was kind of like over with. Like the game was over with the DVDs. And that's when, you know, we came together, formed a partnership, And they kicked the idea to me about the URL. They knew that I was very versed with the, basically Beasley was where you have to your thumb on the pulse of this shit. We need you, let's make this shit happen. And I looked at it as an opportunity. I thought it was gonna be crazy. I was like, you know what? I respect Troy, I respected Eric at the time. And I was like, yo, I think this could be a good thing. And we bring it together right there. Swag came along. I don't remember Swag, what to do with all the jewelry and shit. He sponsored the battle. Shout out to Swag. And from then, bro, I was just focused. And it was crazy because I was really upset because Grind Time ain't had the money. And when you, at that time, or any time, if an artist ain't getting paid, they gonna be upset. So I felt like shit, bro. Like Rex was mad, Math was mad. Swag came along, put up the money. They came with me with the idea. They said, yo, let's come partners in this shit. You know what you're doing. Because if you recall too, they had done an event, but it wasn't URL. It was World Series Hip Hop, which we all know wasn't very successful. And it wasn't a good look for them. Came along and we formed the unit. We formed the partnership with us. And from then on, I was just focused, bro. I had the plan, the blueprint in my head, and I was like, yo, let's take this shit over. Beasley was Beasley was an A&R at Asylum. So he was transitioning too. Like, but you gotta remember, Beasley and Smack were working with each other with the DVD shit, doing the music shit, but it wasn't really clicking like that no more. Cause the bootleggers at the time, you gotta remember, like when French and these niggas was doing that shit, they was getting off DVDs for thousands. But once the technology was upgraded, these guys knew, yo, I'll just buy 50 from you and flip, I'll make 10,000 copies and make all the money I need. You know what I'm saying? They phased them out. And not only that, Q from WorldStar kind of changed the game. A lot of people don't give Q credit, but WorldStar really changed the face of where you got your hip hop information. It went from, you got to pick up the Come Up, All Access, Sub-Zero, or the Cocaine City. That shit was all on the internet now. So if you were still stuck in that phase, you was irrelevant. If you ain't making money or you ain't have an artist like Fendi had, I think he had Nicki Minaj, or you was out the game, you had a transition. And they seen Grind Time success, and they felt like, us coming together, we could go to the next level with that shit. You know what I mean? Cheeko was he was actually the dude running the internet. Like, he was the guy that did like the youth, the Smack Tube, and he's more of a he was cool. I mean, like when we met him, the first time I met him was in actually the first event. So I usually worked with these dudes, and when we formed the team, we formed it together, but I ain't really had a relationship with Cheeko. That was more Smack and Bees. And then, we got together and, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's who's with us? All right, let's build this shit and let's go. You know what I mean? Summer Madness 2 was one of the most pivotal, if not the most pivotal event in battle rap history. Now, if you measure success on how far the reach got, yeah, I mean, Jay-Z, Howard Stern with Who Kid, it was legendary. You're gonna get this work. Jay-Z tweeting, Diddy in the building, Buster. It was crazy. Like, just seeing the potential of what it could be and how many people wanted to get involved, it was absolutely insane. I'm not gonna say and bullshit you. Like, the line literally was 4 blocks down. Lloyd Banks couldn't get in, I heard. Fab. This shit was crazy, I mean, we really, with that event, it kind of let the world know we here to stay. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to continue to grow with this. But it also was a double-edged sword, because how do you top that at that point, And if you notice, Summer Madness 3 didn't meet the expectations. It was completely different because, one, the battlers started saying like, yo, this is crazy. Or now we going to need X amount of money, or we going to need this. Like, we lost the Hollow and Looks battle. Everybody wanted to get involved now. Remember, Arsenal started doing, it was a situation that put light to a lot of people seeing it and seeing how they can be successful in it. So a lot of people were born from that event. not just URL going forward, a lot of leads, a lot of people interested in doing battle rap. It was definitely pivotal in the eyes of how many people felt like they can succeed by doing this as well. Like, people kind of looked at battle rap like, yo, like, everybody do this shit ain't gonna last. And that event kind of showed the reach where it could go globally. To be honest with you, you know how they say looks can be deceiving? It shit looked like we was making money, but at least, but we were still in the beginning stages of that shit, bro. Like, you gotta understand too, it wasn't where it is today. There wasn't a machine with us at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Swag had kind of got away from the situation. He had his legal issues. And, you know, we were growing in popularity. At least my pockets wasn't getting fatter, you know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm gonna keep it a band. I walked out of there with lint in my pocket. Like, not a fucking dollar. I'm not gonna say a lie to you. You know, I walked out of there with, and I remember leaving with me and Smack. And I don't know if he was lying or not, but he was just like, yo, we ain't even get $1, Shane. I just remember that shit. Cause we ain't walking out. I'm like, yo, bro, what's up? Like, we good? We make, cause you know, we had some sponsor, quote unquote, with that situation. No, I was there. I seen everything what you seen. We was in Times Square selling tickets. We was out there really hustling. I'm telling you that I walked out of that motherfucker with whatever I walked in with. Not a motherfucking dollar. Now, if the event made bread, and shit, nigga, I ain't seen none of it. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, and I remember specifically with Spank, like, you know, sponsor took all the money. Whoever put it up was like, it's like, all right. So, and that's just keeping it real, dog. Like, yeah, somebody sponsored that event. I think it was, I think DNA. Yeah, that shit was bread, dog. Like, so man, it's too, I know that's what Mook leaked out, that he got paid $25,000. I mean, it costs money. I mean, it probably, yeah, listen, whoever made money off that event made money, but not sure did. Bro, Ciroc just, you know, they had the sponsorship there, but it was some dude at DNA, some DJ that DNA. Nah, well, Harry wasn't even around at that time. This was like 2012. It was some other dude, it was some DJ or some shit like that. He used to fuck with DNA. He put up the bread, from my understanding. And he walked out with that shit. I remember this specifically, where it was Smack walking out and Smack being like, yo, son, like, shit, bush. And I'm looking at him like, what you mean? Yeah, it was like that, bro. Something that, look, to the people out there, the masses, I'm telling you what I got. Like, you got a motherfucking thing. And, you know, listen, I'm telling you, I walked out of there with lint in my pocket. I was with my people from Flashlight. They were selling shirts. Oh, I walked out of there without a fucking dollar in my pocket. You made more money off the event than I did, bro.